A short while ago, we had human rights lawyer Enibehe Efyong right here discussing what sanctions to exact on those who apparently put themselves in the way of democracy in Adamawa State. Well, a little earlier, President-elect Bola Tinubu was calling on the police to investigate all the controversy that trailed the supplementary election. In a statement, Tinubu also called on aggrieved candidates to pursue legitimate means of addressing their grievances. He congratulated Adamawa State Governor and now Governor-elect Amadu Fintiri and his Kebbi State counterpart, that's Nasir Idris, for their victory at the polls and urged all elected officials to prepare to serve Nigerians under a new dispensation. Still on that matter, Arise analyst Mr. Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss this simultaneous exhortation and offer of olive branch from Tinubu regarding the supplementary governorship election in Adamawa State, as well as Information Minister Lai Mohammed's explanation for President Buhari's seeming reluctance to interfere while all the drama played out. Good to have you, Mr. Sobowale. Good to have you, sir.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, I would like to start with the governor-elect. And I'm curious to know, he said he attributed the events which happened in Adamawa State. I want to quote him here. He says, it's the Abuja effect, the ruling APC, and corrupt security officials that masterminded the events that transpired. What was your own interpretation of that part of his statement?
Well, I read his speech after he was given the certificate of victory. And I'm more interested in that than what you're asking about. This is a very good statesman and a politician after my heart. This Fintiri went through the same exercise in the first term, inconclusive election, supplementary election, and then has gone through the same process again. But in spite of it all, he asked his people to stay calm and be law-abiding and not take the law into their hands. In fact, he invoked the spirit of their people, which is something I really like, that they are renowned for their Spartan discipline and stoic dispensation. You see, as a lover of Greek mythology, if you know the story of King Leonidas of Sparta and the 300 Spartans facing the Persians and they won, that is the sort of thing he's trying to invoke. That they are brave, honest, disciplined people. And they have shown it. But see, we have to look at the event that led to that brought out the good human spirit that he has exhibited. Look at the culprit, the resident electoral commissioner, a lawyer. You get me now? In my mind, he exploited mischievously INEC's petition in defending the election of the president-elect as president of Nigeria. In that petition, INEC said that accreditation can be electronic, collation is not. You get me? And transmission to the INEC portal does not necessarily have to precede the announcement of the result. You know what this commissioner did? He was still collating and he announced. See, in my mind, I think we must be wary of appointing lawyers into positions of trust where you have to referee situations. Do you get me now? Because lawyers know the law. Lawyers are more prone to make an ass of the law more than any other person in any other profession, which is what this guy has done. They said ignorance of the law is no excuse, but at the same time, too much familiarity can breed contempt, which is what this criminally minded person has done. And that is why Fintiri has sworn he will bring him to task. In the case of Lai Mohammed, saying the government has no business in interfering, they should not have asked Lai Mohammed that question. That's a very ignorant question. The president has no role in the election, no official role. You get me? All INEC did was to report its own commissioner to the secretary to the government to ask the appointing authority to do something about this errant resident electoral commission. And that is very much in order. So to have asked Lai that question was not there at all. Then again, the issue of the president, asking that everybody should be taken to task is to me trying to establish a political culture of transparency and integrity in the APC. It's a continuation of the arduous, circumlocutor's road he took to become president-elect. It's the president of the country, of his own party, put obstacles on his path on the eve of the election. Before that, it was a Milo Considero, but today it's there. So if he tells people, especially when the culprit now, the person who wanted to win power by all means, is from his own party, if it stands out and he says that everybody involved should be prosecuted, he's trying to show transparency, fairness, and neutrality, which are virtues to be commended, and which means our elections can be devoid of passion, can be devoid of manipulation, and we can substantially reduce rigging. Yes.
Well, I mean, talking on all of that, I mean, we're just talking to legal experts before you came in about, the parties that should be prosecuted in regards to everything that happened with the Adamawa supplementary elections. And it was very interesting because it's a clear-cut case for, the REC, it's a clear-cut case for, the Commissioner of Police who has now been transferred. Yes. But when you're talking about, Senator Binani, I wonder if you agree with the legal expert that she should also be probed and looked into for the fact that she was aware that collation announcement was false, but she still went ahead to give a speech, an acceptance speech. Look,
I'm surprised you are wondering why she should be the first culprit. She should be the first culprit because she has shown that she wants power by all means. She had the illustrious antecedent in terms of misconnection with INEC. They said she printed the electoral papers for INEC, and people were saying then that as a result of that, she should not have been allowed to contest because she has a divided interest. No? But she did. And see now, after an inconclusive election, even to make it worse, she even went to court. But thank God that the judiciary was brave and bold and threw some spanner in the works to delay them. That they should show, the judge said they should show him his jurisdiction and postpone it to April 20-something. A long time ago, we would have forgotten about the election. But it is apparent she acted like somebody desperate for power. No, that sort of politics of wanting to die in the quest for power, it should not be encouraged. I think that's what Tinubu is trying to say. That's what the Inspector General of Police too was trying to show by redeploying the commissioner. That's what these security people, civil defense, they too are taking up their man. So everybody concerned is trying to clean the house, as it were.
Is redeployment enough, though? Because, a lot of people are really shocked that the Commissioner of Police would sit there with the REC and watch him basically commit a crime. So,
why are you surprised?
Is redeployment enough? Is redeployment enough? Just taking him to a different...
That is just frustrating. Let him get out of the way. Yes. I mean, the police have their disciplinary procedure. If he has brought their reputation on integrity and transparency and fairness into jeopardy, they will deal with him. We have the Police Service Commission to deal with such errant officers. So if people take a step, initial step, it doesn't mean that's the end. Okay, like people are saying that the man is still walking free. That the REC is still walking ashore. What do they expect? The law must take its course. And that is why INEC itself, INEC did not arrest him. INEC did not ask police to arrest. They did the legal constitutional thing. By the nature of his appointment, It can only be removed by 2/3 majority, maybe in the Senate or somewhere. You get me? But the appointing authority is the president. So they wrote through the secretary.
30 seconds or 15 if you can.
Yeah.
I do want to go back to the Lai Mohammed aspect, you know, where he said, where you mentioned that the president has no role he had no significant role in Adamawa's case. But was it probably a case of just wanting to hear the president comment on this or say something, since we haven't really seen him being vocal about many of the ills that have been taking place?
Journalists like me and you asked the wrong question, extra ignorant question. And you see, they said it was almost vehement with Lai, and Lai said the obvious. Don't we all know that the president has no role? This is a lame duck president going out on his way, who did not even intervene, even in his own party's primaries, not to talk of the election. It is extravagant. That question is uninformed.
Okay, well, you've given us a very informed analysis, and we appreciate you as always. Arise News analyst, Mr. Dayo Sobowale. Thank you so much for joining us.